Hello everyone, this is Jacob Behringer, and this is just a little screencast to kind of give you a little bit of tips to whether you're first starting out in Facebook marketing or social media marketing as a whole. Of course, with Facebook taking over Instagram, this works for them as well. And this is just really the pivotal first step in successful Facebook ads. And it's a step that a lot of people tend to forget or just may not know about. And it's just something that a lot of companies are just putting their ads out there without any prior research and hoping that they can gather all these, new leads and people buying off their websites. And it goes from small businesses to large corporations, and people are just doing it incorrectly. So we'll just kind of go into the first mistake that people make, and that is they're not doing their research. And this is a very simple solution. Of course, with all marketing, you have to do your research and understand your market, understand who you're marketing to, instead of just putting an advertisement out there, hoping people click on it, hoping you garner the interest of specific people, or just a widespread amount of people. Now, with that, what this research will do is you figure out who you want to target through a strategic meeting or through. You do all those steps before this. And this is all, of course, assuming that you already have a Facebook business page and you've set up all that. You have a shop, whether it be on Facebook or online, or you have some kind of funnel to bring these people in. But this is I'm just going to go, Facebook ads 101. This is the very first step that you need to be doing. The solution is Facebook Audience Insights, and it's something that a lot of people don't know about, but it's very easily accessible. So if you have a page and you convert it to a Business Manager profile, you go on your Business Manager profile and then you click Tools, go to Ads Manager, and hit Audience Insights. And that'll bring you to where you can actually do your research and figure out all the parameters that you want to put around whenever you're utilizing your Facebook ads to make sure you're hitting the right people that you want to hit within the specific area. And you just have, you've really singled out the group of people that are going to give you the highest ROI. That's the end of that slideshow. Let me go ahead and exit out of that. So this is the page that you're really going to be looking at, and it has all these options and everything else in there. That's from earlier. And this is pretty much everybody that you see on Facebook. So Facebook's obviously, it's 54% women, 46% men. You have 200 million to 250 million monthly active users on Facebook. So that's a lot of people, and you obviously don't want to hit all those people. That'd be great if you could hit all those people, if all those people are interested in your product, but that's, slim to none. This is all the different job titles and everything else. And this is all valuable information, but what you want to do is you want to narrow this information down. So I've made an example, and that's going to be here. Let's say you have company ABC, and their goal is they want to create an ad to push their products or their service or whatever they do. And let's say that they're a medical device company, and they want to hit physicians in the Los Angeles, California area. Okay, cool. So let's go back to the Audience Insights. So obviously for your location, you just want to type in Los Angeles, California, and then all this over here will, update to the amount of people that are going to be on there. So you have 3.5 to 4 million people that are on Facebook in Los Angeles, California within the month, which is great. Now, if you're wanting to hit physicians, they're a very specific group of people. You don't want to hit, high school graduates. You don't want to hit people that are currently in college, seeking their undergrad. You want to hit people that are most likely post-grad, highly educated. And with this, you're hitting pain specialist. So what you want to do is you want to also change your ages. Whenever I've done this in the past, I always like to go about 30 to 60. Even though a lot of older users are on Facebook, I've figured that 60 is the top for adoptable age on whenever people want to try new things. Genders, positions can be men or women. And interests, this is where you get your bread and butter. This is where you really start to narrow down everyone. So I'm just going to type in some things that I would personally think that these physicians would be interested in. And all these have some reasoning behind them, I'm guessing. So you would do medicine, of course. What else do we have? I know there's a National Fibromyalgia Society Association. You have healthcare, pharmaceutical industries, interventional pain management. So that's people that aren't necessarily doing pharmaceuticals. They're looking for other ways, whether that be yoga or meditation, virtual reality therapy, a lot of different things like that. We do pain management. Integrated pain management is almost one and the same with that. It's a little bit more in depth. And pain research, obviously. So, pain research. Let me go ahead and hit that. So here, you've already taken down that 2 to 3 million people and narrowed that down to 400 to 450,000 people. Now, that's a pretty big deal. 67% are women, 33% are men. But what you want to do is you want to narrow this even further. So as I discussed before, a lot of these people are going to be post-grad. Actually, all physicians are going to be post-grad. They have a doctorate degree. So for education, you have all these other different things around here that you could do as well. But just for the 101 aspect of this, I'm just going to hit grad school. Grad school, and then also for work, job titles, I'm just going to do healthcare and medical services because I think that'll be fully encompassing. Now, in this, you'll probably get some, medical directors, nurse practitioners. That's all good stuff, though. Now, look how all this has changed. You have 66% women and 34% men. And this is where you kind of go into your research. And the terrific thing about this is you can actually save your research that you've done for this and just copy and paste all this stuff that you've done here after you've done all your testing and put it onto a Facebook ad to where you can go on an A/B test and things like that. So, you can go here to the ages and genders. You can kind of see all the demographics relating to that, make decisions upon that. You have your relationship statuses at education level. That's not as important in this case. Your job titles, obviously it's going to be a lot of what we're looking for. You're going to have, small little outliers here, government employees, architecture, engineering. But for the most part, it's going to be pretty straightforward. Now, this is where this research really comes in handy. You can go over here to page likes and all these other tabs and figure out what these people are interested in outside of any ads that you may be doing for them. So for hospitals, people are very interested in Cedars-Sinai, Children's Hospital Los Angeles. So these are some potential markets that you may want to hit. Food and beverage companies, arts and entertainment. You could always do this for more physical marketing instead of digital. These are all different things that you can hit whenever you're trying to increase your range of people, inform the public about what you're doing. Downtown LA Art Walk. I don't live in LA. I'm currently on the East Coast. But these are all different things that you could, potentially hit. Here's the affinity of, people are 1,921 times more likely to engage with Cedars-Sinai on Facebook than the regular user, than the average user. So these are big places that you want to hit if you're wanting to hit, pain physicians, pain specialists. And that's just where their interests lie. Here's location. Obviously, it's going to be primarily Los Angeles. There are going to be some outliers here. North Hollywood, South Los Angeles, Van Nuys. Is that how you say that? Van Nuys. Yeah, let's just say that's a French town. Like I said, East Coast. But this is just an example. But this is where a lot of your ads may be potentially hitting. Also, you can check the activity of how these people. Sorry about that. How these people actually use Facebook. So here, people don't like a lot of pages, but they like a lot of posts. They post more comments than usual. The blue bars here represent the users that you're looking at. The gray bars here look at the average user. So they like post and comment more on posts. They share posts at about the same rate, and they click ads at a higher ratio. So people on Facebook on average click 13 ads within the month. The people within this click ads 22 times a month. So this is all things to take in consideration whenever you're actually building your ads. Device users, this is more so on your delivery method whenever you're delivering these ads. Most people use iPhones. That makes sense that are in this. There are some Android users, but you just want to make sure that your ads are Apple compatible in this case. People use desktops as well, so you want to make sure everything's compatible across the board. Everything else, 0% actually use iPads. That's interesting. But that's more or less, where you can get in the nitty-gritty of your research and learn how you want to develop your ads, how you want to do your A/B testing, and, figure out how you really want to reach this specific group of people. That's pretty much everything to do with, Facebook Audience Insights. There's a lot of other things you can see here on the side. You can do, people that are connected to certain pages. You can go even more advanced and go into all these other things, all these connections and everything else. But this is just something very simple, just that you can do just for your own research purposes. And the ease of use is so awesome with this. You can just hit save, and whenever you actually build your ad, then you can use this insight report and everything you've used for this and all their interests and everything else, their demographics, and you can use that for your ad. And whenever you do your A/B testing, you can see if this is good, if this isn't good, what do I need to change here, what am I missing, is there something wrong with my ad, or is there something wrong with my research? It just gives you more options to better understand your market. So that's pretty much all I have to say today. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I may come back in on how I actually build an ad using one of these things. And yeah, hope to see you again. Thank you for joining me.